What's with the bread?
Courtney baked it. 6 loaves last night. She remembered her grandmother's recipe. Also, she ran 12 miles.
12 miles? That's a big game.
Alright, what's going on? It's me. Alright, so I want to let you know that there was this Russian plane crash. It says right here, passengers number 20 and 47 on the Russian airline manifest were Ianov Vlenchtigo or whatever, CFO of Rosatom, Uranium-1, and Sergei Penchnikuk or whatever, Sergei Milanian, who was Source D in Steel Dossier, both killed in the crash. Now, what I'm talking about is this one right here. It was a Russian passenger plane carrying 71 people, crashed outside of Moscow shortly after takeoff. It was an AN-148 from Saratov Airlines. It went off the radar shortly after takeoff from Moscow Airport around 2:24 p.m. local time. Local eyewitnesses to the tragedy reported seeing the burning plane falling apart in the sky, with the wreckage spread over a large area some 80 kilometers from the capital. There was no survivors. There were 65 passengers, 6 crew members on board. Russian officials have confirmed the reports of the crash, but are yet to release an official statement to the press. What else? Yeah, so this is like a piece of it in the snow. Images show the plane in question in the snow right there. Fragments of the AN-148 and several bodies have been found near the village. It says flight data collected by Flight Radar 24 ADS-B network shows the 7:30 flight from Moscow to Orsk losing altitude minutes after takeoff. The plummeting aircraft was losing as many as 22,000 feet per minute just before the crash. All right, I want to go over some Q posts. All right. Let's go up here. Wait, hold on. Q board. No, Q posts. Sorry. Okay, this is today. Let me start where I left off so I can get all right, here we go. There's a whole shitload of them. All right, so this is where I left off. Clown Black Ops sites, Asia, goodbye. JFK con room. CIA.gov. Games, break the code. Would you believe this site is actually used to calm to rogue operators? At Snowden. John. Cold. Q. Okay, sorry about this. Alright, Clown Black Ops sites, Asia, goodbye. Q. Thank you, Dopey. king to pawn, eyes on, Q. You will cease to exist. You will cease to exist. Truth to power. How's the bunker these days? 14 live. Hello. PEOC. Force failed. Q. Seals are wonderful creatures. Heard they work fast at capturing their prey. Prey. Silence is golden. Corona offline. Deactivate. Games are fun. Q. Mess with the best, die like the rest. 2. Highly classified clown ops exposed. 44 remaining. Wizards and warlocks. Save the best for last. P. Q. 3. And then it says globalleaks.org. Q. Google CIA. Public FBI DOJ. White House SD. Private. Clowns, clowns, clowns. Expand your thinking. Q. 71-187. 1 targeted. Dossier. Uranium 1. Would you believe one source was used for number 2? Find passenger list. Why 187 if inside Russia? No jurisdiction. Think logically. Sick. Q. What picture was posted? Cages full. Q. On it. What about Russian detained in Bangkok? Do people believe all recent resignations, plane crashes, plane reroutes, EMS, EBS activations, blackouts, etc. are simply a coincidence? Why did Sessions at the beginning emphasize investigations proceedings are kept confidential? Think magic. What do you see? What do you really believe? Nothing is being done? Reread past crumbs. Who has the power? Why was this emphasized in the beginning? You have more than you know. Q. You have so much more than you know. Future proves past. Q. Underground massive data center? Henderson, Nevada. Why is Henderson PD and Nevada DOJ involved in Bangkok hacker case? Has now arrested 13 criminals from 17 countries for defrauding victims over 530 minutes. Over 530 MIN, as well as over 2.2 billion in losses. Think BDT, New York City, attempt and Barlow. Not stated for verification of credibility. Why are we still here given foreknowledge of events? No FBI investigation into this? Impossible to locate? Less than 10. Who are we talking to? Since clown takedown of Black Ops location, public exposure, what has changed here? Expand your thinking. This is not a game. Red October. Q. Sec test. Q. Future news will highlight note the hunt for was dropped. Details matter. I would like to inquire of Q with highest respect whether Red October refers to 1. The fictional submarine whose torpedo honed in on itself to destroy itself, or the Red October cyber espionage malware discovered in October 2012, January 2013. It operated worldwide for up to 5 years before its discovery. It sent info ranging from diplomatic secrets to personal information, including from mobile devices. Red October was termed an advanced cyber espionage campaign intended to target diplomatic, governmental, and scientific research organizations worldwide, or something else. Ask yourself, why is North Korea participating in the Olympic Games this year. Ask yourself, why is the sister with Pence? Kim Jong-un's sister is with Pence. Ask yourself, if controlled, how might you protect yourself and look for a way out? Ask yourself, what is a distraction? Ask yourself, why did Korea come together as a country versus North and South? Ask yourself, what occurred in Asia? Reference pics just prior to the Olympic Games. Ask yourself, what does freed mean? Ask yourself, do we want a war? Ask yourself, who is trying to start a war? The deep state, the CIA. Ask yourself, if a missile was launched by rogue actors, what would be the purpose? Ask yourself, what should immediately start a war? Ask yourself, would the public understand the following statement? Rogue actors, clowns, U.S. former heads of state, initiated a missile launch in order to force the United States into a war conflict against X. Be the autist we know you are. Those who cannot understand that we cannot simply start arresting without first ensuring the safety and well-being of the population, shifting the narrative, removing those in district of criminals through resignation to ensure success, defeating ISIS MS-13 to prevent fail-safes. That's interesting. To prevent fail-safes. Freezing assets to remove network-to-network abilities. Kill off COC to prevent top-down comms, organization, etc., should not be participating in discussions. Roy Potter lost his shit on this one. Should not be participating in discussions. North Korea is a CIA black site. MKBRD is a CIA media control. Who in the media right now is glorifying North Korea despite the Trump administration? Time to take the offensive. Let's start taking names of all journalists that propagate North Korea. Let's not hide them behind their banner anymore. Let's not let them hide behind their banners anymore. Let's play Hunt the Spook. When you have concentration camps, so this is all CNN, NBC, Wall Street Journal, Think Progress, Esquire. I think that's Esquire. Yeah, it looks like Esquire. Got it. Over the target, Q. Could this have been the target? Number 32. Vladimir Pernishkov has been appointed Rosatom's Special Representative for International Scientific and Technical Projects. Former Deputy Director General Rosatom, Vladimir Peshnikov, has been appointed Rosatom's Special Representative for International Scientific and Technical Projects. His responsibilities will include Russia's representation at the International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor, ITER, the creation of a center for the study of ions and antiprotons in Europe, and the organization of an international research center for Russia's multi-purpose sodium-cooled fast neutron research reactor, or MBIR, by its Russian acronym. He will also head the Rosatom Technology Development Center, which is being created at the Moscow Engineering Physics Institute. So here is the list here, it seems like. Here he is on the list. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Q. Timestamp at Snowden. Truth to power. Drop truth to power. Learn. Q. Dot timestamp. Learn. Q. Q team refers to this retweet by at Snowden. You will cease to exist. Truth to power. How's the bunker these days? 14 live. Hello. PEOC. Force failed. Q. Speaking truth to power, a phrase we often use. Hashtag Asma Shahangren lived practice till her last breath, questioned mullahs, military, judges, politicians, all the powerful, defended downtrodden, faced threats and attacks, was never afraid. What a hero. We have to contend with a void. Coincidence, truth to power. Coincidence, Barlow. Learn. What if Snowden was still a clown? Why would it be important he was in Russia? Learn. Q. You will cease to exist. Truth to power. How's the bunker these days? 14 live. Hello. PEOC. Force failed. Q. Timestamp at Snowden. Truth to power. Drop the truth to power. Learn. You will cease to exist. Timestamp. Learn. Coincidence. Truth to power. Coincidence. Barlow. Learn. What if Snowden was still a clown? Why would it be so important he was in Russia? Learn. We don't say his name. Returning to prime time. Wonder if his so-called illness condition will flare up. He's not a war hero. He's a mega millionaire. McCain Institute. Rothschild, Clintons, Saudi Arabia, etc. Not complete. John McCain's claim he has nothing to do with the McCain Institute. McCain Institute's failure use donations, anti-trafficking purposes raises questions. Define money laundering. Define the word traitor. A world without this man is a world better off. Q. There he is over to the right. Looks like he's with the Muslim. Get out of here. Looks like he's with the Muslim Brotherhood. United Airlines to Guantanamo Bay. What airline check-in counter at PVG T2 is located at E? What was the location of E? Pick posted other board. Why is this relevant? Q. What a coincidence. This board has more power and influence than anyone comprehends. Q. Sauce. Wall Street Journal. Experimental drug promises to kill the flu virus in a day. Chatter amongst those in control has begun. They know we know, which means the public will know. Release prior to cover up. Public informed and collapse. Which option? Q. Q. How long will we have to wait for the cures of cancer and other sicknesses? Double meanings work well against sniffers. Q. Is the Q Bible? In the Q Bible, this is the second shortest sentence. The first to come. We won. Ha 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 ha. Huma Abedin. FBI text Clinton email aide Huma Abedin sought immunity or would take the fifth. Ha is said to refer to Abedin. We are with you, Patriot. We honor your service to our great country. Without people like you, the world would be lost. Godspeed. I hope someday, Patriots, vets, and Anons get the respect that we deserve. Marine Anons have felt betrayed by the same people we were willing to die to protect. I felt lost until you showed up in October. Thank you, form the depths of my heart. Understand one simple fact. The U.S. is connected to the rest of the world. Knowing that, understand by default, if certain intel is released, it would cause a world war, mass suffering. We share the idea of open source, but value life and must make decisions based... Hold on! We share the idea of open source, but value life and must make decisions on outcomes and containability. Q. God. My friend is like not leaving me alone. It's like, leave me alone, dude. Release prior to cover up. Public informed and collapse. Q. There is one thing that concerns me. Somewhat related to this, but more related to 60-40. The less the public knows, the more likely they are to falsely assign blame in the future, possibly even generations from now. It's worth keeping in mind. Do not read into this spelling structure error. Heavy lag, attack ongoing. Understand one simple fact. The U.S. is connected to the rest of the world. Knowing that, understand by default, if certain intel is released, it would cause a world war, mass suffering. We share the idea of open source, but value its life, must make decisions, and for outcomes, containability. Max cap. One other person being prepped. Q. Don't care about your sentence structure. Just care to know how full Gitmo is going to be. All right, there's a lot of information in there. I'm just going to end it on this picture right here. I'm out of here.
This sounds completely and utterly satanic to me.